Let me tell you the truth about traveling to Imeko that the social media does not emphasize enough. Gen Z voiceover. Shiwa Jungbobo, press follow button before we even start. Now let's talk about why we had to go to Imeko in March and not the typical usual December. By the way, this vlog will have English and Yoruba because the social media handler gave it to me today. I have lots to say. So, by the way, in Celestial, right? Celestial Choirs to be precise, in a year, if you know how many times we go for outings, and that's because we have lots of programs that requires our presence, right? We go to sing, we go to perform, our presence. Bottom line is there's always transport here and there, and we do have a bus. We have a church bus that transports us, but it's not exclusive to us, and that gives us one or two hiccups that just makes it inconvenient. Sometimes we just have to cancel outings that we can't come because of one or two things. So we're just like, no, we have a God that never fails. We have a faithful God. Why are we tripping? So we started to pray to God that we needed our own boss. And you know, God being faithful as he always is, gave us a boss. It was not just any type of boss, better boss. So we made a promise that if we got the boss that we wanted, we're going to take it down to Imeko in the Holy Land, and we're going to do it Thanksgiving for the boss. Hence the reason why we had to go to Imeko last week. Laura Konsha, Biria do not say Berenu. But nobody tells you this. Nobody tells you how much you need to be prepared, because Tobango, truly is the journey in the desert. Journey in the desert of the world. Nobody tells you. 4-5 hours had passed and was still on the road. I was looking left and right, and I was thinking, is the lion going to come out? Because it was giving Nat Geo Wild. It was giving Safari, because at some point I didn't know what else to think again. Are we ever going to get there? Are we going to get there? I did not know. It just kept going. At some point, I asked, are we still in Nigeria? I had finished every single junk that I thought I could eat and snack on till we got there. No, I had finished everything. Literally, at this point, when I started seeing this house, I was like, okay, maybe we're getting there. Nope. Error. Even after this place, we still took like another 1 hour. At this point, everybody was just down, like, no. Laura Konsha, we stopped. We had to stop because people were having terrible leg cramps because sitting in one spot for hours. And then some people were feeling very dizzy, wanted to throw up. The whole situation was just it was too much. So we had to stop. Like, everybody should just pause and just get fresh air. I'm not going to lie that it felt scary. This was Mommy Joshua. She was having leg cramps because everywhere felt so, I don't know, very secluded. So it felt a little bit scary. So we had to document some certain things. But that George was mocking Mommy Joshua because she had leg cramps. So the fall attendant told us that we were like an hour away from Imeko, so it was not that far. And voila, here we are. We got to Imeko. So just by looking at the sky, you can guess the time that we finally got here. More people don't tell you this, but it is just know that no matter how prepared you are, you're not prepared enough. So we had to go and pray first before anything. This was where Papa was buried, SBJ or Shofa. We had to pray, thank God, because no matter how bad it was, we got there safe and sound. So that's worthy to be grateful of. I don't even know what I was doing. I just wanted to just clock out for the day. So we had to go to the Mercy Land where we're going to sleep to check our presidential suite. If you don't believe, rest. Number 2, don't trust the people that do packaging for the food. If you're seeing stainless steel, you're seeing, I sell my food per portion. Run. When I say run, this food was bad. It was unnecessarily expensive. You know that kind of food that they say buy one get one free? That's the kind of sales that she was supposed to do. That was how bad the food was. So we just had to leave and just clock out. We spent money that night, but we just had to just clock out for the night because it was tiring. And you know what's worse? We had to wake up by 5 a.m. Normally I wake up by 5 a.m. in my church too, because you wake you up for morning service. But the fact that we've gone through all that hours of journey and we had to wake up by 5 a.m. It was not funny at all. And the language barrier, you would think it's a brief morning service, but they will interpret to Yoruba, interpret to English, French, and Egun. So by 7:30, you are still in the service. So it is exhausting. This is not me complaining. You know, when you go to places like this, you know that everything is going to be done prim and proper. That's one thing I like about Imeko. They follow the doctrine to the last detail. But then you will still want to like feel somehow. You know, that's just how it is. But when you are in Imeko, the kind of spiritual sensation that you feel, I told someone about this. It's like connecting to your roots. Right? It's not as if you don't feel spiritual connections in your church, but in Imeko, it's just a whole lot more than that. It's like you're literally in a river that you're submerged with so much Holy Spirit, and it just makes you want to understand God better, like do right by Him and just be proper. Do you get? So I want so the Thanksgiving for the boss, Thanksgiving for life, Thanksgiving for a lot of things. So CM was at the front. He was doing the Thanksgiving with some other people. They were dancing. We were also dancing, but because of the son and the baby I couldn't go in under the sun. That's Mommy Corridor. That's Mommy Joshua. That was our child in my arms. Mommy Corridor's child. So we're doing Thanksgiving and dancing. Oh, so this time around, we had to send 2 scapegoats, 2 sacrificial lambs to go and eat the food first before we even came back. So to avoid nonsense. And the food was okay this time around. It was actually nice. And we ate there all through. After we did the 12 p.m. prayer, it was time for sightseeing. So we went to see the car that Papa had crashed in. We went to see it. And obviously, you can't go in and I can't show too much. Now, this is the highlight of your stress. You thought we've been stressed since Okwya? No, this is where the stress lies. This Akpata thing, at some point, I thought maybe BBC was collaborating with Nat Geo Wild and there was some kind of project or documentary going on. Because what in the name of Nollywood Safari is going on here? Who is going to enter this Igbo Kiji? Was it me? Apparently, yes. We had to go because we had not had our bath and there was a stream here. We needed to take our bath and there was Omi Akpata that we needed to take as well. That was me. So we needed to do both. And it was, the location had to be this Kunle Afolayan location because that's the only explanation that I have. Omi no Akpata no real. You see, you know what makes God God is the fact that there are certain things that you cannot fathom. It was time to come back up. Oh, see, if not for some young boys that helped me up with my own water, I would have just left it there and just said, no, I'm done. What? Risha went to church for evening service and then came out for dinner. I actually recommend this woman because she makes homemade meals and they're so nice to eat, like so good compared to that nonsense. And then I remembered, I haven't done any content since so I did my content before I went to sleep. And then the rain came. I was like, no, how dare you sleep? Have you acknowledged me, rain? Anyway, the wind started around 2:50 a.m. We had to check out of our presidential suite because, you know, the apartment we booked was no roofing. So we had to go sleep in the bus. And then the rain just said, oh yeah, come back. I'm just doing shakara. Rain did not follow. So we came back to the messy land again to check in again. Oh, over my rokoro, nibi ade, kolon you are in. Bílẹ̀ sáà ṣe mọ́nú o tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí aago 5 dáago 7 àbọ̀ bá ti ṣe ń ṣẹ̀sìn wa. Bá a tẹ̀síwájú ní ìrìnàjò ọjọ́ iná ọ̀nà. By the way, this was the last day for us in Imeko. I was mentioning of my pretty baby's face. So we're getting ready. Wanted to brush our teeth. I don't know what's doing this one. I don't know. I wanted to like get ready for the day before we hit the road. But we needed to go and see the main church first because we hadn't been in the main church since we got there. Because, you know, no service was happening there. And so it began, but to say bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìrìn àjò àti padà lé Èkó nìyẹn. Ní dédé bí aago 9 àbọ̀ la kúrò ní Mẹ́kọ̀. Ṣé rí gbogbo ìrìn àjò yìí? Kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ṣe èrò pé gbogbo ọkàn yín ara yín gbé irọ́ ni yóò padà rẹ̀ yín ni. At this point, I thought I knew what to expect considering the journey when we were coming. But no. I was still so tired, and the same was with every other person. This was me just here because the sun was affecting me, and I just needed to just. Mo bẹ ẹ̀rọ náà tó ṣe tóóró bí ọ̀nà rìn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ilé lo wákàtí mẹ́ta kẹ́ ẹ fi dópin ọ̀nà kẹ́ ẹ lé mi kọ́. We got to Abeokuta and I was so happy. You know that joy that mo tiẹ̀ dé gbòòrò náà. Abeokuta to where we were going was still like an hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours, but everybody was knocked out. Like, this journey, I saw Mowe and it was like, I was so excited. Mowe was still far, but I still felt like, maybe I did Degboro. Meloni akuta fi debi tan lo. Ìrìnàjò lè burú títí ilé là ń wò lọ́ọ̀kan. This was Lagos as usual. And you know Lagos as usual, that was where we got the traffic. When we got to the, I think, Ojolegba Bridge, that was when the whole traffic thing started. But this was us getting to church. The relief. At this point, my head was hot, the sun. I think I got sunburned. Everybody just could not wait. So we got down, we got to church, and it was so satisfying to like finally be in church. So we had to go to the mercy land. Of course, we had to pray, thank God for journey mercies and prayers being answered. And 15-20 minutes and everybody started to like get ready to go home. Or more to think that the whole choir is still going to Imeko in December. God.